You're listening to the Jonesy and Amanda podcast.
How you going?
Going well. You know, I take my dog owning responsibilities seriously. If I take the dog out for a walk, I've always got a lead, even though she walks probably better without the lead. But I put her on the lead most of the time.
There's something
Mr.
sweet
Counsel.
about you walking with your dog. You walk along and she just is right to your heel.
You know what happens now these days that she's older? We often just do a sniff walk in that it's not exercise, it's just taking in the smells. We both do the sniff walk. It's a little amble just to get out of the house and get some fresh air. But anyway, she's on the lead and I take poo bags if I can. And I always do, and hopefully I've got enough. But it's fraught if you don't. But this is what happened the other day. I was walking through the dog park and there was a giant dog leavings.
Yeah, okay.
Covered in flies, so relatively fresh. And it's just massive. And I looked around and in the corner of the park was a TV crew.
Oh.
And I thought, am I being set up here?
Do you think it's like candid camera?
That's what I wondered.
Alan Funt.
That's what I said. And then I looked over the other side of the park and on the bench was a man whose dog was wandering around because dogs can be off the lead. A man sitting down with a broken leg with his crutches beside the bench. And I thought, is this part of the sting that supposedly his dog maybe has done this poo?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And people are looking to see who will pick it up, what the community spirit is around it. I didn't pick it up.
Oh.
Look at your face.
Well, it's risky, isn't it?
Well, there's nothing worse than picking up what you think is your own dog poo and it's through the plastic bag, it's relatively cold and you think that's not mine. But this one was a freshie, but it wasn't my dog's freshie.
What are you, at a wine tasting?
I spat it back into the bucket. But what do you think the etiquette would be?
Were you near it?
Yes, I walked straight past.
Yeah, okay. I would have picked it up for the sake of the crew.
But I don't know if they had anything to do with it.
Yeah, but nonetheless.
I didn't want to run the risk of it. Remember in COVID, we were all taught pick up litter. And then during COVID, no one was going to pick up someone else's litter, someone else's tissues. We just didn't do that. I don't think you should pick up someone else's dog poo, do you?
Yeah, it doesn't happen to me. I don't have a dog.
Did you pick up your own? Not your own poo, but your own when you did have a dog? Were you any good with that? In the old days, remember when we grew up, there was no one, I didn't have a dog. But the neighbourhood dogs, no one had a lead. No one walked their dogs. No one ever picked up poo. They're just free range everywhere.
Yeah. I remember I was down the south coast with my mother, who's not the biggest dog fan in the world, and there was a local dog, Sid, named after Sid Vicious because he was a nut, and one of those dogs that just walk around the beach. Anyway, Sid went up and weed all over a small child that was sitting on the beach. And the owner yelled at my mother, who had nothing to do with Sid and didn't like it.
The ignominy.
Yeah,
Your mother
keep
must
control of your dog, you F-wit, he said.
No.
And then she's decided to give it back. And you know what my mother's like?
No.
It's not mine. Yeah, anyway.
When I used to walk the dog in the mornings, when we'd go and have a coffee afterwards, I would put my keys in a dog poo bag. So I'd have a bag that had, whether it had droppings in it or not, but I would put my keys in one. And at the cafe, and we're going to the loo, and I just put that on the bench. Everyone looked horrified. And I thought, oh, no, they're just keys. It looked like I just casually put a bag of dog poo on the bench.
You're trying to start your car with dog poo.
Well, when you get to the bin, you have to feel the bottom of it to say which one's which.
Has that been on film?
No, I don't know. If you see me on Current Affair, apologies all round.